Hi everybody, welcome back to Laura A Vlogs. Happy New Year. I am excited that it's already 2023 and I am very happy to close a lot of chapters last year and good riddance. That's all I gotta say is good riddance. No. And now that we are in January, a lot of people have, made their New Year's resolution. Oh, gonna do this, gonna do that, and think that everything's gonna happen within the first 3 or maybe 7 days of January, and that everything's gonna be perfect. And unfortunately, that's not gonna be the case. I'm sorry. Yes, you have to look at a new year with optimism, but also you have to look at it realistically. And to now be in a new year, you have to, achieve those goals. And in order to get success in achieving those goals, you have to put a lot of work to it. And that's where I'm at. And it's not like, I have my New Year's resolutions. I'm going to do it the first 7 days, 10 days. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time to get through the process of, achieving milestones, overcoming mountains. And a lot of people are afraid to do that. And I'm not going to say I'm not. I'm pretty much like you guys, that it gets scary to overcoming mountains and letting go of things that happened in the past, whatever that may be, and try to achieve those goals for the new year. Because you're not going to achieve it in 1 month. It's going to take time. And it's going to take a lot of planning. It's going to take persistence. And you have to be determined to really focus on achieving those goals. And this is where I'm at now in starting this whole new year, is getting refocused. Setting, a lot of the distractions on the side. And it's going to be hard. And I'm not going to lie. You're going to have things creeping up on the left and right areas to try to pull you away from your road to achievement, to your road to success. And overcoming those mountains that you got to climb. So this is where I'm at these days, that I'm like, okay, what I want to do this year, how I'm going to do it. How am I going to not let, it could be people, it could be situations of the past hold you back. And sometimes your own self, because you know what, I'm very guilty on that. I hold myself back on achieving those goals. And I did that plenty of times. I was just like, oh, well, I don't think I'm going to do this today because, I feel weird about it. Oh, you have that program of self-negative affirmations, or those negative setbacks of life that you were programmed probably as a child. That, oh, you're not good enough, or people are going to laugh at you, or people think you're crazy. And those are things that sometimes us adults let those little terrible voices hold you back from success. And so a lot of times people will turn into certain addictions, either alcohol, drugs, sex. And when you have those mechanisms of numbing that pain of trying to hold yourself back from success, unfortunately, you become very numb, angry, discontent, to the point of self-destruction. You self-destruct yourself, the people around you, could be family, friends, loved ones. And you pretty much are letting those negativities of yourself reflect to others. And sometimes even families, and I'm not going to lie, sometimes, you're going to have certain family members or friends or, your community that are sometimes not supportive because of the fact that they don't understand where your mental situations is at. And when you don't have the proper guidance, it puts you into a tailspin of confusion. And unfortunately, you have to sometimes shut out everyone around you. And pretty much put yourself in a situation of, okay, I need to go into hermit mode. Shut out everything and everybody, all the talking, all the, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, you got to listen to me because, I know better. Maybe I'm older than you, but, you need to listen to me. And sometimes you get overwhelmed with all the jibber jabber of people of all walks of life. And so a lot of times what happens is that by you being overstimulated with things around you, you just get yourself very confused. So a lot of times you don't know what is real, what is not. And you don't even listen to your own sense of intuition to really say, you know what? Enough with everybody. Shut out everybody around me. What do I want? What do I want to do? How I'm going to accomplish this or accomplish that. Sometimes you need to do that. You need to shut out all the noise around you and really refocus on yourself and find your peace. Create your own peace. So then you could create that peace and sit down with yourself and say, okay, what do I want to do in my life in this coming year? In either love, job-wise, family situation, home environment, and create that a sense of, like finding yourself. Create that sense of like, you know what? I had enough. I'm going to push everybody off. Build those boundaries. That's the word I was looking for. Build those boundaries. Find the sense of building those boundaries, not just for yourself, but for everything around you that is pushing you down, pulling you down, and not afraid to say no. And that's where I've learned last year. It's just like I am always the overgiver of regarding to love, to sharing myself with people. I was over giving myself emotionally. And what happened was that I depleted myself emotionally. I became very numb and void, unhappy, not satisfied. I felt left out in the cold. And so I got to the point in my life, I was like, you know what? I'm not taking this anymore. I think I deserve so much better. So I decided to cut ties with people. I don't care where they came from. But at the end of the day, it was my time. And I started saying no to this, saying no to that. No matter what the begs, the pleas, I love yous, stuff like that. No. No, 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 no. And that started getting easier and easier for me. No matter how much emotion you might have for any type of people. Because at the end of the day, why are you going to overextend to people that don't appreciate you? It could be work-wise, romantic-wise, family-wise, it doesn't matter. Why are you going to overextend to people? And so that's where like I said, I've been, yet, like in past, the last video that I said, I have reflected a lot in 2022. I reflected a lot of things. I made a ton of mistakes, but from those mistakes that I created and I went through, I learned a lot from it. And so now here we are, 2023. Now I said a lot of the no's, and yes, there's going to be plenty of no's coming up this year, that's for sure. But it has to be done. It has to be within reason. No more compromises. And so now I'm at the point that I'm like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to really focus on myself, on the here and now, and to really accomplish those things that I put off because of my insecurities. And I think a lot of us who are adults, regardless, oh, you know, I'm successful, I could do this and I could do that, and I don't have no insecurities, blah, blah, blah. You're full of it. No matter how much success you can have in life, there's always going to be some sort of insecurities within yourself. I don't care where you come from. We all grew up with something, with issues in our past. It's a matter of how you're going to handle yourself in the future. And so by reflecting, not just your behavior, but the behaviors around you. Not putting yourself as the victim, saying, oh, woe is me because, you know, everybody wants to hurt me. No, this is not reflection. That is not reflection. That is pretty much, you know, playing victim. So you have to really get in the dirt of figuring out why these things are happening. Why are these problems, you know, because a lot of us, we tend to do is repetitive cycles. We keep doing the same mistakes over, and it just doesn't stop. Stop. Reflect. Think about not just your point of view, like, well, why is everybody hurting me? But think about why that situation got out of hand. Why? What did you do in your part to participate that situation? Then you think about that other person's actions. Why that person did whatever they did towards you. And then think about the real truth. Why you let it happen. And then comes to the other truth. How can I correct these situations by not repeating those same mistakes that happen over and over and over again? Nobody really wants to take that time and think about certain things. Because we're all like in a hurry, we got to do this, we got to do that, and then we keep doing the same things over and over and over. And this is why the whole world is so screwy, because everybody's so preoccupied. Let's do it now, let's do this, we do that, and nobody has time to think. Nobody. And so this is why we have this thing about not completing our goals. We're going back to the goals again, and not completing what we really want to accomplish. Not just in the physical, sense of the 3D, like, yeah, I want to make money, I want to be successful, but also internally. What do you want to accomplish internally? What goal do you want to accomplish within yourself? Because this is also part of it, of the success. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to change within yourself? And not repeat the same bullshit cycles that you dealt with last year, the year before. We could all keep going back and back and back and back. What do you want to break? Those repetitive cycles. What, and not just what, because there's plenty. Because we can't say, oh, it's just one problem and everything is fine. No. We got layers and layers and layers. And then in order to break those cycles, it takes a lot of work. And it's not just like, hey, I resolved this problem, I'm good. I'm good for 2023. Let's keep it going now. No, it doesn't work like that. You're going to have to figure out in each layer of your life what to fix within yourself. And it's not going to take 2023 to resolve it. It's just a start. It's just a start of how to improve yourself to be successful. Overachieving. Not overachieving, but overcoming those mountains. Keep climbing, keep persisting. The tougher the climb, the more persistent you gotta get. And sometimes you're gonna feel like you're running out of air. And guess what? Just say, you know what? I'm not gonna die here. I'm not dying here. No, I'm gonna get through it. Because at the end of the day, if you let yourself die, then you're holding yourself back. And so I've been doing that. Quite 3 years already? Over climbing different mountains and not letting myself die. I almost did. I almost died quite a few times. But I didn't give up. And giving up is not an option for me. And I don't think it should be an option for anyone. I don't care what walks of life you come from. You could be someone who's a single mom that have responsibility with your kids. You could be someone that have, you could be famous and have all these wonderful opportunities being thrown in your way. And, you want to do something different within yourself. Don't hold you back. Or you could be someone suffering with addictions. You could be sexually addicted. You could be drug addicted of any type. You could be also people suffering with mental illness, covering up your addictions because you're afraid of what the world would think of you. These things are just barriers of you not achieving success within yourself. Don't let these things of life hold you back. Because at the end of the day, these are just barriers you're putting yourself. And I don't think any type of addictions that you have should hold you back from achieving who you really want to be. And I think you're going to need time to get yourself together. And these things, to overcome these things is not going to take 1 day or 3 days, a week, a month. It's going to take a lifetime of overcoming addictions. And so sit down and think about, how you want to overcome this. Why are you so afraid? Get down and dirty and figure yourself out. Because you know what? Yes, dealing with pain is difficult. And I really am the type that I've done it. I cried here so many times. Cried hard. But still never gave up. I could say I thank God that I don't have like those types of addictions, because I'm going to be honest, I never had drug addictions. I only take my medications that I'm prescribed. But me to sit down to say, oh, I smoke marijuana, I never did. Oh, I had cocaine, never did. I, occasionally drank. I'm a social drinker when I feel like I wanted to. Now that I'm ill, I don't drink like I used to back in the day. But, these things I haven't experienced like the rest of the world has experienced. And it's because I've been fortunate, because I've seen people with different types of addictions. And I've seen how it really screwed up their lives. Even some people died from it. And I've seen that happen too. And so by me observing the world around me, I became very conscious of what not to do. I don't care the pressures of the world will try to say, hey, you should try this or you should try that. I will say no. I thought about it. I'm not going to say I didn't. But I just said no. Thinking about it, I was just like, that's not me. That's not who I am. I'm okay who I am right now. I'm a single mom. Have my responsibilities in my life. And so these are like my goals. I want to continue being who I am. I want to continue, providing for my family. I want to continue, moving ahead in my life. To be successful. Not just the physical, monetary ways, but also the internal part of who I am. That is true success. Is being successful of who you really want to be. And being happy, comfortable, and feeling safe. Because a lot of times, a lot of people are not feeling safe. Not even within themselves. And so, guess what? Here we are, a new year. Now I'm trying to learn to be safe within myself. And not relay my safety through others. Which was my downfall in my life. You have to build your own safety. And so here we are. I am going to, yes, it's going to be a hard year. I'm not going to lie. But I am going to be very persistent in achieving my goals, not just the physical wise, but also the internal. And I think a lot of us need to really take account of doing that. It's going to take work. We're all going to feel afraid. But also we also can't give up and overcome those mountains with a lot of heart and persistence. Alrighty, so that is pretty much it. Thank you for viewing my content, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Please stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.